This is Attorney 𝗿𝗲𝗃𝗏𝗧, and today I'm going to talk about a different type of agreement. So in the last two videos, I talked about prenups and postnups, which are contracts basically for people who are getting married or who already got married. But one thing that nobody knows about, or very few know about, is a different type of agreement for people who are basically living together but do not want to get married. So how can they protect their relationship as well as their assets? So there's a different type of agreement called a cohabitation agreement. So in Florida, there's no common law marriage. What does that mean? That by living with somebody, it doesn't guarantee you any rights. So a lot of people live together and they buy property together, they invest in other properties, they purchase cars, they have bank accounts together, retirement accounts together, pets together, even children together. And they have no idea that they are not protected. And a lot of people think, for example, with properties, oh, we're just going to put each other's names on the title to the property. Yeah, it's not so simple. In Florida law, when it's regarding property, it's complicated and complex. So just by putting your name on the title doesn't necessarily mean that the property is going to be divided 50-50. So that's where the cohabitation agreement comes in. And what can you stipulate in this kind of agreement? Basically, how the property is going to be divided in the case of a separation of their relationship not working out. Also, who's going to be covering the expenses. If one party pays more towards the mortgage or covers all expenses, how is that going to play out at the end if things don't work out? Same thing for pets, believe it or not, cats, dogs, and whatever other kind of animal is considered property in Florida. So also it has to be divided, and since you can't split a cat in half, it's best to put it in writing. And, a lot of people think, oh my God, but that's such a negative view. No, it's to the contrary. One major thing that causes a lot of breakups and divorces is finances. And it's basically the last thing that anybody thinks about. Most people are just focused on the good things and they don't think about the very important things, which is finances, your financial health and the financial health of the couple. That's extremely important, and it's not a negative. It should be easy for you to just sit down and have a conversation about finances with your partner. And this really, this type of agreement should be part of your financial planning because it is just that important. And like I said before, it's great to focus on the fun things and all the good things. But I just wish people would consider finances as also part of that good thing, because it's planning for your future and your family's future. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to get married, but if you're going to live together, this is definitely a very important conversation that you should be having with your partner. So I hope this tip helps. And if you have any questions or you need to speak about your situation in particular, all my contact information is above on the bio. Thank you so much, and until the next video.